What's up, gamers? Welcome back to Disney Dreamlight Valley. Today we're going to be discussing some really exciting things coming to the game, and we're going to take down my Christmas decorations in the valley while we chat. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jamie and I make lots of Dreamlight Valley content, so if you're a fan of the game, I would highly suggest you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss these updates. Just when I thought there wouldn't be any big news to share for a while, they posted a survey to the DDV social media accounts so we can give our feedback about the game and what we'd like to see in the future. I love it when they post these surveys because it gives us an idea of what the developers are currently working on and what they're thinking about adding to the game. So let's talk about some of the things in the survey. First is the future of star paths. Not only do we have some possible future themes, which I'm going to go through one by one in a second, but they also discuss the idea of bringing back old star paths and or making old star path rewards available for purchase with moonstones in the premium shop, which we have talked about a little bit on this channel in the past, and I think there are a lot of mixed feelings about that. I personally like the idea because not everybody wants to participate in the full premium star path, and even if they brought individual items into the premium shop, the star path is still going to get you those items for a much better value since you earn back most of the moonstones spent on the premium star path by completing all of the duties. So I think it would be good to have the option of just buying items later on if you don't want to do all the work of completing the entire premium star path. It's also really difficult to complete the full star path if you're new to the game and haven't opened up all of the areas and or completed all of the available quests. One of the questions the survey asks is which star path theme you'd like to see in the future, and they gave a list of possibilities that are very interesting. The first was a decades theme, which would be content inspired by various decades. I think this could be kind of cool, but I don't know if I want a whole star path dedicated to that. The second theme on the list is a princess star path, which I would be all about. I just want tons of princess items and dream styles, especially if we get more iconic princesses in the game. They also mention carriages, which would be so cool. We already have Cinderella's pumpkin carriage, so I'd love to see some other ones too. The next theme on the list is cottage core, which would be nature-inspired content, simplistic outfits, farming, barns, and cutesy farm animal critters. This was one that I picked when I filled out the survey. I could only pick 3 from the list, and this was one of them. The next theme is mythical, which would feature dragons, phantasmic, fairies, and mythical creature attire. I do think this one would be really neat as well. I love dragons and fairy tales, and I would love to see some outfits with that theme as well. The next theme is one that I feel like could be interesting, but I don't know if it's for everyone. It's a Greek mythology star path featuring Hercules and Hades, and Percy Jackson and the Olympian-inspired content. I really think that the only way this star path would work is if it came alongside an update that was centered around Hercules and Hades. Otherwise, I don't know if enough people would really be into it. I definitely loved Greek mythology in high school, but let me know what you think about it. This next one sounds really great. It's a gamer star path. I might just like this because I have gaming YouTube channels, but this one would feature items inspired by the modern day gaming aesthetic, such as RBG items and attire. I'm thinking these would be very similar to what they released in their Twitch Drops events. If you've been with me for a while, you've probably seen my little gaming area in my character's house, and I often wear the gamer Mickey ears. I did like those items, but since a lot of us already have the exclusive Twitch drop items, I don't know what they would do to add to that, but it does have potential. I would not be mad about it. Now the next one made me really happy to see, and that is a Wonderland themed star path with content and landscaping inspired by Alice in Wonderland. Honestly, I didn't even love that movie growing up, but I've always loved Alice in Wonderland themed things. I just love the whimsical style of it, so I'm sure I would love to see decor items and clothing inspired by it. There are 2 themes left on the list, a mermaid star path with content inspired by The Little Mermaid, seashells, beach styles, and aquatic life, which I think would be really great for summer. And lastly, a Disney Classics star path centered around Disney classic characters like Pinocchio, Peter Pan, Robin Hood, etc. I do like the idea of content centered around the old classic characters, but I'm not sure about wanting that as a star path. The mermaid one, though, I would love to see. Let me know in the comments which star paths you would like to see this year. Switching gears now back to the premium shop, they talked a little bit about adding some different kinds of DLC in there, and I jotted down the ones I found the most interesting. It asked about introducing seasonal weather changes to your village, like a bundle containing snowflakes and snow-covered foliage, etc. How awesome would that be? I did find it hard to decorate my plaza for winter because it just always looks like spring in this biome. So it would be cool to be able to add more snow-covered plants and maybe even frosty grass patches to make it look more like winter throughout the entire valley. It'll be cool to see what else they come up with for this one. Another bundle they mentioned for the premium shop was one that would include a mix of furniture, a house skin, and clothing. I feel like that would be a rather expensive bundle, but I can see the appeal of getting several items that all go together. The last thing that I was excited about when it comes to the premium shop was the mention of more dream bundles. I was really disappointed when we didn't get a new dream bundle with the last update, so I'm glad they're talking about adding more of them now. The Wally bundle was not my favorite, but I really loved the Ursula one. I think it just came with better items, and the Ursula Vanessa dream style is just amazing. In the survey, they gave a list of characters for us to choose from. We could pick 3 out of the list that we were excited to get a dream bundle for. But I am not exactly thrilled with the list, which consists of Scrooge McDuck, Olaf, Belle, Vanellope, Stitch, Mickey Mouse, Ariel, Kristoff, and there's an option to type in a different character that you'd like to see that's not on the list. At first, I was like yes to all of the princesses, but both Belle and Ariel just got winter dream styles, and we already have Ariel in 2 forms, her mermaid form and her walking around in her cute little dress. So I think I'd rather see a bundle for someone who doesn't already have an extra dream style, which just leaves Olaf, Vanellope, Stitch, and Kristoff. I do love those guys, but I can't think of a bundle that I'd be really excited to see for any of them. I did end up writing in a couple of characters. I think I said Rapunzel and Mirabelle. I'm just a fan of the girl characters, I guess. Okay, the last thing I wanted to talk about from the survey is the section about multiplayer. You guys know that I'm not a huge fan of multiplayer. It's definitely in its bare bones form right now, and it's just not engaging enough for me to want to do it very often. But here are some features that are most likely going to be added. First is the ability to complete quests with your friends. I don't know if they mean that there will be separate multiplayer quests or if your friends can help you with completing your main story quests or some of the little side quests. My hope would be that there would be multiplayer mode only quests that pop up when you're hosting or visiting a valley. I do think that would be a fun one that would earn you exclusive rewards that you could only get by playing multiplayer. Next is taking pictures with your friends. I feel like this one should be a thing already. It feels like a no-brainer for me. I think that there would be some really fun poses that you could do as well. I would have so much fun with this feature. And I really thought that there would be more interactions like this just based off the trailer where you see 2 characters giving each other a little fist bump. That would probably be one of the poses that you could do. I think the survey did mention the possibility of being able to do things like fishing, mining, etc. with your friends. I didn't write that down, but I do think that's on there as well. It would be nice to be able to do some of that with your friends. I also wish that we could access our chests while hosting because as of right now you can't do that. And if you forgot to put something in your inventory that you wanted to give to a friend, you'd have to kick them out and end your session in order to get back into your chests. I understand that maybe they can't currently keep people from stealing right now, but hopefully that's something that they can change in the future. Lastly, the one I'm most intrigued by is the ability to trade custom fashion and furniture designs with others. This is something that I have seen people talking about since before multiplayer was even introduced. I can totally see some very creative players out there making their own little stores out of an extra house and setting it up with mannequins and custom furniture. Let me tell you, that would get me playing multiplayer all the time. If I could go trade for some really beautiful custom dresses or some of those rugs that look like roads, I would love to do that because I am terrible at using the Touch of Magic tool. And there are so many talented people out there making the most amazing pieces. I would be all over that for sure. Now, the survey did have a bunch of other questions that were mostly just feedback about things that are already in the game. If you're interested in taking the survey, I will link it in the description box below for you. Now that my valley is back to its non-Christmas form, I'm going to work on this week's Toy Story themed Dream Snaps challenge. Let me know if you want a tour of my meadow once I'm done rearranging everything in there. I really demolished this while I was recording last night. I'm not quite finished with it yet, but I'm excited to show you when it's done. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today, friends. I hope you have a very magical weekend, and I will see you again real soon. Bye!